It's time to take this fight to an all-new front. Go behind the scenes. Be the first to know about our exclusives. And stay connected. Only one man has what it takes to bring the fun of Comic-Con right to your screen. It's time for an all-new episode of Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show.
Victory Seekers, you're watching Kickin' It with Onrie. I'm your host, Onrie Compen, and I busted out the shades today, and I also got special guests in the house. I got JOEL SAAVEDRA. I got Timothy David in here. We're going to be talking about Warline right now, and after that, we're going to jump into exclusive stuff that we have today. We're busting out the expensive, the big stuff today, and you guys are welcome to just chill on here and talk with us. We're going to tell you about the comics that we have on our racks and why they're so important and special to us. We got Timmy here, who's our slab expert. He's going to, tell you guys what his, his thoughts are on what the best way to get stuff graded is. We're currently wrapping up our website right now, which is going to do a whole variety of things. And Joel is hard at work on that, and we got him working on a whole bunch of stuff. Joel never, ever is without work to do. He's constantly hustling around the clock, as we all are, because we all gotta make it in this world. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. And the reason why we hustle so hard is because we know how hard you work, and we want to give you guys stuff that you're gonna love. We want to give you exclusives. We want to give you good content. We always want to have a lot of stuff. And most importantly, we want to give you an entertaining and fun thing to do while you are, quote unquote, working or doing something else or whatever, just hanging out at home. Either way, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right. Now I'm bringing Joel back. Joel, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hey, how are you, Onrie? Thanks for having me here another week. Hey, everyone.
Joel, you're a regular here now. See, guys, look how awake Joel is right now. Look at the energy and excitement in Joel.
That's because I slept.
That's because you didn't sleep. Joel doesn't sleep, guys. Joel's idea of sleeping is
kind of a vampire.
Yeah. And we got some people in the house. Everybody's here. We got Mike saying hi. Mike, good to see you, sir. Always great to see you. Trish, good to see you as well. Mr. Emerson, we got some of your stuff up on my rack today. I'm looking forward to showing it to everybody. Happy Halloween Eve, Trish, to you as well. And we got Jason Soria. Hello, how you doing, my man? Good to see you, brother. All right, now we also got Timmy in the house. Timmy, how you doing, brother?
Guys, good to see everybody again. Trish,
okay.
Mike.
Excellent. So, guys, this is what's cool about the Friday show. I'm going to just go back to myself for a second here. Now, the reason why I bust out the shades and the reason why I bring out Joel is because we are working on a brand new comic right now that is going to be coming out in 2021, Warline. And it's going to be the most epic book. It is just awesome. If you are a fan of 90s action movies like Demolition Man and Blade and all kinds of stuff like that, this is totally up your alley. There's going to be a lot of martial arts action. And I've asked Joel to come on the show on a weekly basis now to help us build out the world, get you guys in on the ground level. And if you haven't yet, if you have not received a Warline sketch, there are only 40 of these. This is Joel's first rendering of it. We only have 23 of 40 left of these in stock. There would be much less because we've been selling a lot on here, but we've been getting a lot of repeat customers. So this is your chance. We only got 17 of these left. And after that, we're not reprinting them. We're not doing anything. These come signed and numbered by me. Yeah, Warline's going to be awesome. We're going to talk more about the character right now. Joel worked on a brand new pose so that we can get an idea of who the character is and what's better and, give you guys a sense of how we're developing this. And sit back. Let's see what Joel's working on while he's sleeping. Or not sleeping, whatever you want to call it.
Concentrating.
So what do we got here, Joel?
Well,
no, we don't want this. We don't want to see my ugly face. Hold on, we want to see this.
That's right.
There we go. Perfect.
Yes. Now I'm rendering a new pose for Warlion inspired by Mas Oyama. Maybe you only could talk more about him. He's the master or the creator of this branch of karate, right?
I'll talk about
I can't remember the name, but
karate.
That's right, Kyoshi.
Joel's been doing a lot of research on that. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So I'm trying to render our character on this pose to see him in action, and also to have a better look of all his clothes and his mask. So during the show, I'll try to complete the rendering so you can watch it before it ends.
Excellent. Now, a couple things I just wanted. I had this comment floating which covered your head, Joel, but I wanted you to see it because I know it will mean so much to you. So Mike is saying, hello, Joel Saavedra. Your art is amazing. Onrie is lucky you do art for him. Onrie is extremely lucky.
Thank you, Mike.
Finding guys like Joel is really, really hard. And another thing that's really hard to find is good friends like Chris Pajak, who's saying it's much better on our eyes, not seeing my face, but, and having your comment block my face is even better, Mr. Pajak. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's good in wherever the hell you are these days. But let's get back over here. Out in the middle of nowhere, probably. All right. Hey, we've known each other a long time, so I'm busting his chops here. So, Joel, the image that I had you do that you're working on right now, it's based on a pose that Masoyama did. It's like a still figure pose, and he's kind of like chopping, and he's got that like defined martial arts like posture right here. And what we really wanted to do, what Joel and I were thinking about doing a couple things for today, because Warline is still in its infancy, and it's still like prepubescent. Like it's just like really, really like not fleshed out completely yet. The script is maybe about a third of the way done so far, and it might even have to go back to being fixed up in a lot of ways, depending on the twist that we're putting together for this. Because aside from being a martial arts book, Warline is very much a psychological thriller as well. And I want to keep you guys at the edge of your seats. I want you to feel like you did when you walked into the movie theater back in the 90s to watch some of these like really cool action movies. And Joel is the right man to do this. He's got the right idea. Every single time we have a conversation, we're always on in line with each other on what we want to do with it. And what both him and I are studying are books on Kyokushin karate. And what they did is it's not so much about the actual application of it, because these guys, they get their strength from their training, and their training is extremely brutal. They're when they're sparring, they're doing it without any kind of like protective equipment. They're punching each other. They're deadening the nerves in their forearms, and they're getting used to taking punches to the chest, kicks to their thighs. They're strengthening all these parts of their body so that their bodies become iron. And you could literally break, a plank against their bellies. Part of their training is literally they have their master come up. And I used to have this happen to me too when I was in Taekwondo training. Was my master would have like this long, wooden sword. I forget the names of them, but he would hit us on the stomach and on the back with it at times, just so that we would get used to what it's like to feel pain. And the idea is, if you're not afraid to get hit by your master, you're not going to be afraid to get hit by anybody. And it makes you, it builds up your mental fortitude if you ever find yourself in a fight. That's why a lot of these Kyokushin guys are so strong. It's not because of their techniques so much as it is about their training, the amount of time that they spend just punching each other, punching, wooden trees. Literally, they punch wooden trees in order to like harden their knuckles. They do push-ups on their fists, and they do all kinds of like resistance and strength and endurance training. It's all worked into part of the into part of the regimen. and it requires a tremendous amount of dedication. So Warline is basically an amalgamation of Masuyama in this in this kind of fictionalized world. And the way Joel and I are seeing him is he's really kind of like a Wesley Snipes, maybe Michael J. White, who actually practices Kyokushin. I've just been thinking about Wesley Snipes a lot because Joel and I were talking about like some of the old action movies, and we went back. I went back and I rewatched Passenger 57, and it still holds up to to everything. That what I was looking for really was just the martial arts choreography, because the way Wesley Snipes moves on screen in any action movie you see him in, he's just got so much range and motion, and just the way he moves and his martial arts movements. Yes, they're exaggerated, but like this was all before we had CGI and everything. So if you really just study it, and you get those still images, it really kind of helps embolden your imagination, so to speak. But the reason why we're referencing Masuyama so much for the still figures is to really get a sense of who Warline is, because he's not a young Wesley Snipes or Michael J. White type character. He's older. He's now past his prime. He is the forgotten hero, and he is returning to his city, and he is seeking revenge for the man who killed his wife. So it is very much it's a very deeply rooted revenge story, and it's going to go on all kinds of twists and turns, and we're really looking forward to it. Mike is saying it's the wooden sword is a boken. Yes. I may have botched that. Kevin Hines, how you doing, man? Get back to work. The pose is blocked, looks like. Learn how to write a coherent sentence, Kevin. We'll see you on Sunday. Sunday, guys, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern. Kevin, I love you. I'm just messing with you. I hope you're laughing, because only I could get away with it here right now. Because on Sunday, you ain't gonna let you. So we'll check back with you, and we'll see where your progress is. Do you think we later on you can show people the ink wash version of the previous Warline sketch that you did?
Yes, I would love to. Yes, I'll have them prepped.
Later on, like towards the end. We'll do it to the first. If someone buys anything today, then we'll do it. If no one buys anything, then you don't have to show anything. You just keep working, Joel.
That's right.
Yeah, you keep making them the comics, and I'll keep pushing them, brother. We got this. Tag teaming.
Perfect.
All right.
That's a team.
Timmy, take it away, brother.
All right, guys. Hey, how's it going? I'm super excited to be back with you guys. And as Onrie said, I am going to be your CGC go-to person for his show, for Kevin and for Onrie. Expert would be the highest level of notion to give me. Expert is not truly there, but I can give you what you need to know for the basics of understanding when to and when not to CGC something or CBCS it. Everything's really going to come down to, unfortunately, the day of that grader. How good they're feeling, how detailed they're looking at your comics. I've seen comics come back at 9/8 when I've been collecting plenty of time, long enough time that I know in my mind, in most CGC fan base knowledge, is not a 9/8. I will tell you everything as far as when to get them done, when you're thinking to get them done, and what you think might bring you the most value. But again, as far as the gradings, I can give you a rough, very good range of what it'll be, but I'll never shoot you too high. I don't want to do that. I don't ever want to get somebody's hopes up and make you think you got something out there and it come back and it's a little bit under. I've been in that situation, and it makes you feel a little bit upset. I even had local comic shops submit. Trish, and by you and I talking last week, our local comic shop just submitted that same X-Men comic, and we thought sure as heck it would be at least a 9.6. It came back a 9.2, and it's going to come down to the grader and what they're doing that day. They're also very backlogged at the moment, so I'm seeing a lot of 9.8s when a lot of us in the comic nation don't think it's truly a 9.8. The good side of that is, again, from me, when you get something from me, I'm going to be as blunt and truthful to you all the time. Even when something shows a 9.8 and it doesn't truly meet my 9.8 standards, I'll let you know. Of course, it always comes down to what they physically grade that book. And if you go to sell it, you post it up there, someone gets it, and they don't feel it's a 9.4, that's not on you guys. That's on CGC, that's on everybody else. But again, for me, if I know it or I see something that isn't noted in the CGC comics, I'll always let you know, that kind of thing. Today, I kind of wanted to just give you just that general rundown and understanding of it, because I was talking to Trish. I forget, I totally forget out there that there's people that haven't CGC'd and they want to, but they don't even just know the basic stuff about it. And I want to be, you know, that expert level where you're already talking way too high and not understanding the situation. So I want to give what I told her in detail, but also show you guys that same effect. So when I first talked to her, there was just concerns about, or not concerns, questions about whether or not to CGC something. Your basic rule of thumb when slabbing or grading is, what's the content of the book? If it's a first appearance, if it's a new costume, and more importantly, that costume continues. If it's the first appearance of, you know, Venom, but then Venom also broke off into how many other characters, so that it's still the Venom in somebody else, like with Red Goblin. Red Goblin is Carnage mixed with the Venom symbiote, and it's a whole nother Goblin. Red Goblin's been around for years, and now he's got another book that's been CGC'd or that's valuable. I'm going to show it to you guys, and I'll show you when we come back, because I don't have it right behind me. I thought I did. But it's now a hot book because that's the first appearance of the Red Goblin. So again, anytime you have something that's of note in a comment, that's a must go to for slabbing it and keeping it protected and keeping that value. The next would be the death of somebody. That's starting to be very hot with a lot of people, and they want, again, just some kind of distinguished detail or key to that issue. The downfall, the deaths of, you're starting to see the deaths of everybody, and then they're coming back to life. So they have a value, but they're not super up there because obviously they're bad in a lot of these comics. So now going into just a little bit of a grading.
You know what? You want to know what the most expensive death of comic ever is, Timmy?
Go ahead.
Amazing Fantasy 15, The Death of Uncle Ben.
Okay.
The highest priced death of character of all time, and no one even pays attention to it. Yeah. Uncle Ben's death put millions of dollars in people's pockets.
Yep.
Millions and millions and dollars.
Millions and millions and billions.
Yes. All right. What do you got on your rack? Sell us something. What do you got up there?
On the racks, since we are doing an exclusive show, like I was telling Onrie, I will go ahead and put up some of those first appearances for you guys, and just see if we get any hits. The most recent one, like I was just telling you about, the Red Goblin, I'll put that up there as well. But this is the first appearance of Norman Osborn as the Red Goblin. That's a 9.8. That is CBCS, not CGC. The difference on there is minute. It used to be CGC was king and everybody went after them. I'll tell you right now, just from the information that I've learned, CBCS is going to be the new CGC, specifically because of their grading. They're harder, much harder on their gradings now. The other benefit to them, the big one that nobody knows, is signatures. If you have any kind of proof of a signature and being able to validate that, when you go to CBCS and submit that comic, they will determine if that value, if that's a authentic signature. They also are part of Beckett, so if you want to pay an additional fee, if you don't have proof, they have experts that can determine if that's truly an authentic signature. So when they come back, it will say signed by. The difference is CGC has to be present for all these signatures. And once they are, they will put on a comic. It's a yellow label that has been signed by somebody, just so you guys can see what that looks like. The difference, these are your normal CGCs in blue. These are your signs, and that means that they were there for the signature. And then, of course, in the details, it will say who it was signed by, on what day, as well as your details over here of anything of a significance or importance that happened in that key issue. The only other color that you'll see is a purple, which is a restored, and then a green, which is a qualified grade from them. The greens just means something's missing out of the comic, And it could be something as little as this one being that the tattoos aren't in there. So these came with little stickers, tattoos for kids. And when they, when somebody read it, they took it out. Doesn't affect the story, so it still holds a lot of value into the book itself. That's what the green usually means.
Timmy, Kevin's saying, so are you saying that they can authenticate signatures? I believe, is
Which
that,
ones? So CGC can,
yeah.
if CGC is there. And so again, Comic-Con, CGC is there, they're present. You have to go through a whole spiel of making sure they are right there with you during that signature. It gets sealed up, gets taken to not someone else if you're getting multiple signatures, but they have to be literally hand-holding that process and be present at that signing. And then it gets submitted directly to them for grading. So it's never really in our hands, the customers. From the CBCS, you can in different scenarios. So photos, if you have photos and other items that show, especially if you're a comic shop yourself and you guys have advertised it for an entire 6 months and you have pictures of the signing, they're going to take that for granted. But you still want to submit that to them and they'll give you the correct label. But they do have that additional entity of going through Beckett, and that's a certified expert who's going to know what a signature looks like and know if it's authentic or not. And I want to say that's roughly another $15, I believe. Don't say it for exact, but I want to say it's right around 15. But they do, CGC does not. If it's not with CGC, it's just going to say signed by on it. It won't say that it's not a signature, but it won't be confirmed because they don't want to take that responsibility.
Excellent. Thank you, Timmy. I appreciate you letting us know that. You know, like all this information is extremely helpful. And folks, if you have any questions, this is the time to ask it. You know, the point of this show, of today's exclusive show, is to educate yourself. And, you know, Timmy's been collecting a long time. He's got a big wall of graded books, so he knows a thing or two about this. And he's now sharing his collection with you guys as well, and pulling out some books that matter to him, that totally belong in your collection. And we're very happy to have them, because Kevin's our press and hunter guy, and I'm your sales guy, kind of. But Kevin and I do that too. Well, you know, what Timmy brings to the table is something that's truly unique and important to this business in general. So we're glad to have you, Timmy. What else you got up on your rack there? So
I pulled them down from the rack. This is from last week, and it's still up there for you guys if you want it. Morbius is becoming very hot in the comics. Obviously, #1 is very high. I want to say it's almost pushing like a $500 on a low grade, very low, like 4 or 5s. So that's a hot book. I just have this out for you guys just because.
Hang on, Timmy. I got to answer one question. I'm sorry to cut you off. So Joseph Hardy is asking PayPal payment, goods and services, or friends and family. Joseph, I will message you with the answer to that right now. Timmy, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. Going back to this one, I just got it because it's such a really nice cover with Morbius and Spider-Man on there. Nothing significant of this, other than it's just a very old book. So that's what I also wanted to mention. If it's not a key issue, some people get it based off of nostalgia. If they just like the character a lot, if it's an old comic book, all the ASMs that are 12-cent comics, even when they're not a key right now, just because they're so old, are sought after comics. So it's just really going to be in your wheelhouse of where your range of money is that you want to spend, what you want, what appeals to you. So for me, I'm an artist. I love good-looking covers, and this is a hot cover. It's also an old book, and it's still in good condition by having the 6.0. Another thing to mention when it comes to ratings, anything above a 6.0, especially in the backs, in the backdated logs or the older comics, that's a high rating. They're going to say that's a high grade, even though it's not, because of just one, how many are out there to even be grabbed at, and two, the condition in general when it's hitting over the 5.0 mark. Your range is from 5.0 to 10, and just so you guys know, it's 0.5 for every value. So it starts at 0.5, then 1, then 1.5, then 2, all the way up to 9. When it hits 9, that's when it gets really sensitive. You have 9 2s, 9 4s, 9 6s, and 9 8s. Of course, you have 10s, but those are almost completely unachievable, especially in the Marvel realm. I don't know why. DC does do a good job of getting those out and get a 10. The 9.9s and the 10s, people call gems, because obviously it is a gem. It's hard. It's a diamond in the rough to try to find one of those. But for you guys, for this one, I'm just doing the CGC price, $35, because I just want to get you guys something cool, something of value that's out there, that's protected, that's got a great cover. 35 bucks for this guy. Next on there is the death of Peter Parker or Spider-Man, with a great looking cover of Thanos with the gauntlet crumbling him. This one I'm going to do for 60 bucks, $60. It's a 9.4. It's not all the way up there to 9.8. But again, because it's a more modern book, your 9.2s up are still very sought after and still very high quality books because it's in that 9 realm. And then the other one that I want to give you for the Halloween, because we are a day away from Halloween. Trish.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
No problem. Trish, just because I know you love your Halloween and you said happy pre-Halloween, I do have the first appearance of Goblin. It's a great looking cover with him splitting the suit of Spider-Man on there. Anyone else that's a Spider-Man fan, still a high grade at a 7.5. Again, it's the green simply because the tattoos are missing. Nothing from the story has been pulled out of this. It's a great comic. I can tell you again, just because of the way, like Onrie says, the way I've judged and bought in comics myself, there is a crease on here, just a fold crease that every bit can come out with a good quality presser. So if you ever wanted to pull this out, re-crack these, get them professionally pressed, submitted, I feel like this could be easily an 8.5 with that, because I can see it clear as day, and I know that's where that's coming from. When it comes to a crease, anything that can be pressed out is going to be grab it right away. All these old books, people were just getting them slabbed without getting them pressed because back then they didn't know to press them. But it greatly increases that value on them. And as long as those creases, when you're looking at a comic, as long as you don't see a color break and it looks like a fold that'll easily iron out, is a better way to say that, pressing, ironing out, and you're going to take out that fold that's in there or that crease, significantly increases the value on a lower graded book. When you're in the 9s, you're looking at a 9.2 to a 9.4, a 9.4 to a 9.6, if that's what the issue is. So a lot of people you'll see always buy books, crack them, re-slab them after getting them pressed. CGC does press. I don't recommend it. Everybody I've seen in my CGC fan base, they all say their pressing quality is crap. And it's coming down to simply that they just aren't, they don't have the time. And right now they're just inundated with just grading, and they did offer that. So you can have a great press from them. It's just when it's an average, you don't know. So just, I always stay local. I know what my people can do, how inundated they are. The more time they have, the longer the press can take, and it can make it, again, skyrocket with values.
Awesome. Timmy, I'm going to take it from here. Is that cool?
Yep, of course.
Right. So, guys, I hope you were listening to Timmy, because what he was saying was extremely on point today. Timmy, you handled that like a champion, dude. And by the way, guys, talk about pressing. We press, and I don't just press. Mr. Awesome himself, Kevin Hines, will press your comics for you guys. Anything you buy from us, you just let us know. We can press it for you. It's a flat $15 for the actual pressing itself plus shipping, and we can ship directly to CGC for you. Kevin explained pressing beautifully the other day, and he is going to he's making a tutorial, not a tutorial, but basically just a demonstration video of how we actually do this, because we have a press ourselves, and Kevin's our press expert, and he's going to make a little video for us, and we're going to have our website up and running very shortly. Joel, am I holding up the website right now, or are you still working?
Yes, a little bit.
I'm holding it up. See, guys, I'm sorry. And on the website, we have a lot. Well, it's not my fault. I keep selling comics. It's it's a good problem to have. I'll tell you that.
That's a good problem.
That's a good point. Yes.
But we will absolutely be getting this site up and running. I'm gonna hope in the next couple days or so. Everything's on me now. So these guys have built out a really beautiful site, and Kevin and I are just coming up with all these ideas on all these other kinds of services that we can offer you guys. And Timmy's gonna be contributing to that as well. So we're gonna figure out a way to make it very easy and accessible for you guys. But I have redressed the rack, and I got some really cool stuff. But before I go into that,
There it is. There's the
Everybody's
king.
talking about this.
Yes.
Everybody. And Joel, I want to say something to you. First off, I owe you an apology because I keep cutting you off on the show. I'm really sorry to do that.
No problem, man.
If you were here right now, I'd give you a hug and I'd buy you a coffee. But you're not, so just buy yourself coffee and give yourself a hug on the house from me. Okay.
I will.
All right. So,
Yes.
Joel, Last Ronin, the presentation for this book is exactly like what I want to see for Warline. It's just the book itself is printed on.
It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, dude! Like compared to like a regular size book, it's printed on like a much bigger stock. Like you could just see this the regular DC comic, and then not.
Yes.
You know, it's size wise, the Last Ronin is bigger. You guys can kind of tell from here. So
And it has a spine, right?
What's that?
It has a spine.
It has
a little spine.
It's not settle stitched. It's what is it? It's glued on there. It's bound
It's a
different.
thick comic. It's a lot of detail.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm telling you, this is a solid book. I read it, I loved it, and it is currently on auction. We got 2 copies of these here in Chicago, and then Kevin's got 3 more copies. One of them belongs to Timmy. So Timmy's going to get to decide what we do with that book. If he decides to keep it for his collection, it goes to him. If he decides to get it graded or flipped or something, that's totally up to him. But I got 2 copies of it in pristine condition right over here. Okay. And the current bid on it is $30. That's where we landed yesterday. That's where we were. And the auction ends on Sunday evening. Kevin and I will call the winner out and at the end of our show on Sunday. So this is what we got on auction. Every week we're going to have a new item on auction. And I just want to kind of showcase some of these more exclusive books from our collection today. And also some of the stuff is mixed in with Mr. Dan Emerson's collection as well. So I started pulling through some of the books that he has here and, just putting stuff out there. But I'm going to start high and go low. Timmy, check out what I got here, man.
What you got? Let me see.
First appearance of Carnage.
There you go. There you go, guys. If you guys don't know, obviously it's blowing up with the movie, but that book is that's king right there. It's not even the second printing because you don't see silver on that. That's the white, and it's signed. Come on, man.
Signed by David M. Effin Michelini. I hope I pronounced his name right. Super cool dude. I met him at Phoenix Fan Fusion a few years ago. He was doing like an exclusive signing over there. This book means so much to me. This is my original copy of it that I bought at the comic shop when it first came out. And back then it was only $15. And it's pretty crazy. Because I got onto Carnage with the second part of that arc, and this is all Mark Bagley, in his formative years on Amazing Spider-Man. This is some really great artwork, really good storytelling. The original Carnage arc is some of the best comics you will ever read. It is phenomenal stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I really like this cover here too, and it's just phenomenal stuff. But Amazing Spider-Man 361. This is not the first appearance of Carnage.
No, it's not.
This is his first full appearance. His actual first appearance is in Amazing Spider-Man 359 and 360. There's like a small little section in there where they introduce the character. And here's what we're doing right now, folks. These are all signed, I believe. Are they? Yeah, they're all signed by whoever worked on them. And we got all 5 comics right now. These are ungraded, but they're in very good shape. I think you would be looking at least, we could even press this out for you if you're interested. We can press it out for you to possibly fix some of the binding on 361. And we can do this, and we have pictures. So if you decide to get it graded through CBCS, we have pictures of David Michelini signing this, which could work as proof of the signature. And I'd be willing to testify or whatever you gotta say. I testify and I plead the. But anyway, here's what we got going on, guys. All 5 of these comics for $350. $350 for the whole stack of books here. And
Wow.
This is the first appearance of Carnage. And I have a feeling these books are going to go up in value. They're going to jump up to $500 at some point soon. We only got 2 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 361, and they're coming harder and harder to find, especially ones that are in such good condition and are signed by David Michelinie, who does not make convention appearances very often. I could easily see this book flipping for about $500 around the time of Venom. And if it doesn't sell right now, we'll probably auction it off at the show at some point. I guarantee you, I've already sold a set of these for $350 last Thanksgiving. So it was a nice little treat for me. And I know these will go. So you guys like it? You don't have to call it as you see it. I know it's expensive, but if you guys are interested in what's Onrie got in his collection, well, I'm telling you. And if you think I'm only a Spider-Man file, which I am, very much so, I'll let you know right now. We're talking Last Ronin. This week's a pretty exciting week for that book, right? Well, there's another book that came out from the Ninja Turtles universe that is also really, really worthwhile and something that I think is going to be freaking huge. I have this variant cover of the first appearance of Janica, the female Ninja Turtle that was premiered last year. The issue was done by Kevin Eastman, and this is a cover that is done by the Ben Bishop. This is a Ben Bishop variant. I don't know what the price on this is, but I'm just going to start it at $150 on this bad boy. And then I actually have the single issue. At the time I got this, these were already going for $30. So I'm going to have to do it at about $250 because I'm just going to tell you guys straight up. This is Ninja Turtles, okay? And whenever they do another Ninja Turtles thing, they will definitely introduce that female Ninja Turtle, and this book is going to go for like thousands of dollars. You know, just straight up, that's what my thinking is on it. And so right now I'm willing to do it for $200.
Yeah, that's a heck of a deal right there because everything Turtles is blowing up. I mean, we were just looking into that. They've been hot with everything that's starting to come out. And like you said, Last Ronin is going to be not only just a great read, but that's 5 issues. And get the #1 while you can. But if you can get the whole run as well, we'll be looking for that for you guys because that's just going to be, if nothing else, just a fantastic read.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think the next issues are going to be a lot easier to acquire. That's just my thinking. And I think that there's going to be 2nd and 3rd printings. But the reason why you want this Last Ronin right now is because that's the first printing. When the orders for Last Ronin 1 came in, they were under what the retailers had actually got. So IDW printed up too few books, and a lot of retailers didn't get it. I know this because I talked to other dealers, and they'll tell you the same thing. This is a very hard book to get right now. And the same thing happened with the first appearance of Janica. That book sold off. It flew off the racks. You all forgot about it because that's what we do.
Yep.
We forget about everything, right? The next week comes around, there's new comics. What do you got for me, right? But this is our job right here. Our job is to pay attention to all of these trends because most of the time they're not going to go anywhere. But on the slight chance that they may, that increases the value. Like, for example, let's talk about this book right here. I am dying, absolutely dying to have the creators of Phantom Starkiller on Live with Onrie. I want to interview them so bad. I want to know what they did. I just want to know. I just want to pick their brains because what these guys did with this book is absolutely crazy. All right. And what do we got here? We got the Ash Can, and I have an issue 1 on the way. Kevin's got a few copies of issue 1 that we secured. We also got this action figure here. There's only 200 of these total. Talk about a scarcity index, guys.
Wow.
Yeah. And now here's the thing about Phantom Starkiller. Last week, before Last Ronin came out, this book was blowing up on the retail circuit. CBSN was like, we can't get enough of these books. We're selling through it. I was on Jen King's show, and I watched her just be like, Rick Ross with that book.
Yep.
Like, she was getting rid of that. And she must have sold like 20 copies of it. All right?
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. From now on, Phantom Starkiller may not get talked about again. No one may mention anything about it. until something turns into a movie or a TV show or whatever. And let me tell you guys, if Hollywood doesn't turn this into something, they are completely out of their minds. All right, I'm just telling you right now, this has potential, and the people who are publishing this book are actually know what they're doing. Okay, you got Scout Comics has their entire board is full of film producers and people who have actually done stuff in entertainment. These guys know how to pitch movies, all right, and they know how to pitch concepts to Hollywood. So the likelihood of Phantom Star Killer, in my opinion, as a creator and as a dealer and as everything, is that this book is hot. This is the next Ninja Turtles. I'm calling it right here and now, you know, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, you can all laugh at me and say, Onrie, you're out of your mind. I'm telling you guys, this is the second coming right here. As soon as this gets turned into something, it's going to blow up. These guys at Scout know exactly what they're doing. All right. Now, here's what we got here. We got issue 1, the ash can right here in my hand. And this figure, this is going for $200 right now. And I promise you guys, you're getting a deal. May not feel like it right now, but down the road, that's going to be worth a couple $1,000s if that turns into something. Look at the price of TMNT #1. Timmy, what's the price on that? What did we see it going for the other day?
The original in the 80s?
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. What's that book going for?
And a 9.8 is $78,000.
$78,000 for one comic book. Ninja Turtles #1, right? Well, this is the ground level of Phantom Star Killer here, guys, and it's got everything. It's the Mandalorian. It's Terminator. It's everything. It's just like.
Well, and if I can just add to that, Onrie, like you were saying, I mean, I love watching other people's shows, and he's 100% right. That book was on fire on everybody's. I'm talking the basic version was going anywhere between 20 and 35, and then your variants were going from 40 to 60 on
that VHS one.
Yes.
That VHS cover.
Yep.
That was like going for $30 a pop on the retail.
Yep.
On the street
and
level.
what you guys have to remember here is that's an ash can, and that's a figurine that's got less than 200 that are made on there. Ash cans are already hard to get. They're sought after. They're starting to become super hot again. They kind of went aside, but now they're blowing up again. So the more scarce an item is, you guys get it while it's hot, because if not, you're going to lose out on it, and you'll be kicking yourself later.
Yep. As I always like to say, laugh today, cry tomorrow.
Yep.
You know, that's how it always works out. And it's happened to me a ton of times, you know, and I always think that too. You know, I was at San Diego Comic-Con and I saw a lot of people laugh off Spider-Man 2099 #1. They think that's never going to turn out to be anything until it does. And it will. Trust me. You never know. All it takes is the right decisions to be made. And this is happening right now in Hollywood. We're seeing it. Comic books are the hot ticket thing right now.
Yep.
So when you get in on the ground level of anything, especially something as scarce as a creator-owned book, you're at the ground level, baby. You're doing the difference between today and yesterday is that you didn't have as much of the creator-owned thing. There weren't that many Kevin Eastman and Peter Lairds back in the day. Now everybody has realized, all of us have realized, that we can do it ourselves. We don't need Marvel and DC. We don't need any of these other publishers. If we want to put our own work out there, we can just do it ourselves. We might partner with them as a form of distribution. That can always work. But if it doesn't work out, there's formats like Kickstarter and everything that allow you to jump on at the ground level. And no matter where you are on there, if you're a backer of these campaigns, these guys are looking at printing based on demand, right? So if you have like 200 backers for a crowdfunding campaign, you're not going to go and print up 20,000 copies of your book. You're going to stick somewhere between 1 and 5,000 units, right? Because that gets it out there, and that's it. That is a very, very small print run when you look at the entire world that is populated with 7.1 billion people and a ton of closeted comic book collectors. So there's just so much out there that gets lost in the vacuum. And it's up to the creators, of course, to push it to that next level. But of course, if you get this far, to the point where you have your book out there, then you're already there. You already made that step, and you're probably going to get to the next step as well. Did that Ronin have the error? What's the error, Kevin Johnson? I don't know the error. let me know about that. I'm going to show one more item, and then I'm kicking it over to Timmy here. Now I'm busting out Mr. Dan Emerson's books right here. I got 2 very key issues of TMNT here. I got number 8, which has a guest starring by Cerberus. Timmy, what was the price you saw on that?
For number 8, let me go back. Number 8, I think was, which one was a higher one? One was 140. The other one was 270. 270.
Okay.
So that's
all right, guys. This is a very pristine book. So it was 140 and 270, right?
yes.
For a good condition copy of this book, guys. This does not have a single crease in it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 8 normally goes for $140 and $270. We'll do it at $160. Call it as you see it.
Onrie, correction. That one right there was 140. The other one that you were holding was 270.
So this one's 270.
Correct.
Okay. So this
Correct.
is 140 and that's 270. This is Ninja Turtles number 21. This is another key issue.
Correct.
And it's in very, very good shape. Again, we can press this for you as well. All you got to do is just call it as you see it. And we got you on this. This is from Dan Emerson's collection. Ninja Turtles 21 and number 8. 21-8. 21-8.
That cover on 21
Oh,
is
you see it
very
just go
nice.
back on the rack. Oh, it's a whirlwind. Oh, look at that. I'm just throwing these expensive comics at you. Look at that. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Sorry, I'm messing around too much. I'm having too much fun here, folks. Timmy, I'm kicking it back to you, my brother.
That works.
All right, man. Take it away. What else you got up there?
All right, guys. Like Onrie just showed you, and I'm just reiterating. You guys know the ones that are collectibles. I slab them. I have them. Onrie's got a heck of a deal for you on those raws. And on top of that, you have those 2 other editions that have his other appearances in them for Carnage, for Cletus. So you're getting a heck of a deal over there. Also, Trish, if you're in the room, I did this for you pre-Halloween. Iron Man is here for you guys.
Hey, you're late to the game, man.
The
competition's over. You lost already.
I lost to it, but come on. Just like Thanos, just like Iron Man giving that snap, I'm going to be snapping the deals over here. So I'll be snapping all the prices right in half. Right in half. What I have for you on the rack. Go ahead, Onrie, what'd you say?
Got the old snap deal.
The old snap deal, yes. So guys, again, modern comics, I'm going to tell you this rack right here, this go around, I have not read them. I have not gotten around to them. I just know that they were hot when they were first coming out. I scarfed them up. I would love to grab them. More so artwork again, storyline. This is Tony Stark's version, written from his side of it of Iron Man instead of just Iron Man. Great comic.
Hold on. Hang on a sec, Timmy. We got a question here from Kevin Johnson. I'm going to just take it back for just 1 second.
Of course, yeah.
I'm so sorry. My apologies, man. I will give you back the screen in just a second. Mr. Johnson, just so you know, good to see you, brother. I got the entire first run of Carnage Books. These are signed by David Michelinie. And it's starting at 359. This is signed by Bagley. This is also signed by Bagley. And then I have this signed by Michelinie. I have this one also signed by Michelinie, and the third part of the first Carnage run. So if you get this bundle deal, I am doing it at $350 today, and just call it as you see it. I'm gonna kick it back to Timmy here. Just wanted to answer your question because these are our higher ticket items. So when you guys have questions, we're gonna answer them, and we're gonna make sure we get it to you. So Timmy, I apologize so much for interrupting you.
No, you're good. You're fine. And Kevin, I don't have the Iron Man 9. I only have 1 through 7. I do have at least part of a complete run, so it's not going to have 9 on there. But it does have 1 through 7. Again, great work, great cover, great art. Absolutely love these covers for Tony Stark, Iron Man. All new. Look at that War Machine. Look at that War Machine cover. I mean, that's just absolute fire. Excellent stuff. So I've got 1 through 7 on here. Let's say 21. Again, we'll be slashing them. So this put them at 11 for you guys. I just want to get stuff in your hands so you have some good reading material. $11 for 1 through 7 Iron Man.
That's a deal right there, folks. Trish, which picture do you want me to share? Is it the one that you sent me in Facebook just now, or the latest, the last Halloween picture you sent me? Let me know.
Okay, so going back also to the rack, I've got the Oz Effect Superman. Love these
Kevin,
covers.
you got the Iron Man set bin from Kevin Johnson. He claimed that.
All right, you got it.
Kevin, thank you, sir. We appreciate your business, man. Guys, be sure to check out Kevin Johnson on Facebook. He's a dealer as well. I'm going to put him up here again for you guys. He's got a show. He has been a tremendous help to me in helping me get started, and he's just been just a wonderful guy. He's got some great books for sale. I picked up some stuff from him, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So, yeah, thanks, Kevin. We appreciate your business. On Boo in the house. Nice to see you, ma'am.
All right, guys, continuing on. Got the Oz Effect, like I was saying, with Superman. These are all the lenticular covers, just very, very cool covers on here. If you haven't read that, that's also a great read. But I just love anything with these lenticulars. They're just so cool to see them transition. So I've got a bunch of them, not just DC. But I do have the full run of the Oz Effect, which was 5 books for the main storyline. And then, of course, the aftermath of the Oz Effects. Those are all $4 because, again, they are lenticulars. They're in excellent condition, barely ever touched. Great books to have. Let's see, 4 for 6 of them, right? I'll do 15 on these guys. All right, 15 just because they're lenticulars, excellent condition. Let me know. Call them as you see it.
Pete's telling us that he's streaming our show in his shop, so we got to keep it clean. Hang on, Pete. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm going to wash my hands. I promise you, I'll keep you at a PG. No nudie photos, okay, Tim? You keep that Iron Man costume on.
I'll try. The only thing I was upset about is I thought my batteries were in here so I could light this up for you guys.
Okay, Anbu is calling your Superman.
Okay, 15 on the Superman. Excellent.
Anbu, thank you so much, my dear. We got your package in the mail yesterday, and you should be receiving it within the next few days. Thank you so much, my dear. We appreciate it. And guys, Anbu is heading off a fantastic, phenomenal event that I am honored to be a part of called 101 Tales. It is taking place in the better chunk of November. She is doing this alongside Maud Park, superstar artist, and her husband Mel, whose last name I'm not going to botch on the show. Not going to allow that to happen. And these guys are putting together a phenomenal comic convention that will be virtual, and they're doing it through another group that I am working with, that Kevin and I are working with, called Comixplex. And I just got off the phone this morning with Mr. Adam Monblatt, who heads off Comixplex. And the things we have in store for you guys. 2021 is going to be an exciting year. It's going to be amazing. And it all starts off with 101 Tales right here. And it's like kind of like the issue 0, leading up to what amazing things are in store for you guys in 2021. And issue 0s are always the best. That's where the best stuff comes out. So 101 Tales, don't miss it. All right, Anvu, we got you, my dear.
Awesome. Thank you, An. Thank you, Kev. Those are 2 of my sales today and last week as well. So thank you. You guys are keeping it real with us. We're going to keep it real with you. Like I said, I'm going to give you the best deals that I can and give you the best prices because I want you to be able to experience the same good reads or even for your store. So I'm giving you guys the deals. The next one that I have for you that I really love is Hulk Marines. This is Weapon H, right? Hulk and Wolverine, of course. But this was a 3-part set, very sought after set when it first came out. I have not even seen it in comic stores since, but it's a great team up. probably one of your best set of superheroes and powers all together. Those were originally $15 for the 3 of them. I'm doing them for $7 today. $7 for all.
$7.
$7, guys. Call it as it is.
Kenny, you're the one who's stealing all my sales today. He has come on this show to steal my sales, folks. Look at him. He is killing it today in this Iron Man suit.
That's what did it. Got the Iron Man snap going on. That's what did it.
Hey, you know what, Timmy? Joel took some initiative here. I want you to pitch this, but he unlocked, because of him, we now unlocked a first look at Scavenger. I'm going to bring Joel in here to talk about that for just a second here. And Joel, good to see you again.
That's right. Thank you. As promised, you when the first sale occurred, we will show you the scavenger sketch we did last episode. I kept working on it during the week. So when Onrie gives the call, we'll show you the updated sketch.
All right, I think you guys have earned it, if I'm being honest, because I'm
too,
Kevin Johnson, they're great. So guys, just to give you a quick heads up about who Scavenger is, he is the main villain of Warlion. Or is he? I don't know. We'll see what's happening because the story is still unraveling presently. But I am honored to show you guys what Joel has done with this sketch the last time we saw it. I'm so happy with what he did that I'm thinking we might actually do another run of limited sketch cards like we did before, these 5x7s. And for every person who buys from Hunter Killer Collectibles or from YusumShin.com, you guys get this stuff for free. This is something that we're providing to you guys because we care about you and we want you to be involved with what we're doing with this book. So without further ado, have a look at the revised Scavenger done by Mr. Joel Saavedra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that looks dope, man. I really love this.
Thank you.
It's exactly what I wanted to do with the character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It gives a contrast between the kind of Victorian suit and the steel from the mask.
Yeah, like modern.
That's right. That's right. That's what I wanted to achieve.
Bankston is saying this is amazing. That is
Thank you.
From
Thank you, Mike.
Kevin Johnson. Anvu is saying lovely. Joel, you're building a little bit of a fan base.
Yeah, you really are.
That's right. Thank you all.
Guys,
I very appreciate it.
This is just the beginning of everything that you're seeing here. And I love, Joel, I think you did a phenomenal job with this character. And we had a really hard time figuring out how to really render this guy because he's really just such a different breed of character, and he's based off of a superhero that I created a long time ago called the Raven, and this was a character that I had to abandon because it just wasn't really adding anything to comics, and I hate abandoning things. I want to see things through to the end. That's the kind of guy I am, and the way Warline started was it was my attempt to fix the Raven. So we created this character Scavenger, and I decided to flip the script. What if he was the bad guy? And what if I really, really dig deep in defining who he is? Because there's so much of myself in all of the characters in this. And one of the things that I find so wonderful about Joel's contribution to this is that they are no longer just my characters anymore. They are very much so his. I give Joel full credit for taking some limited ideas that I presented him with and really rolling with it. And he hasn't read the script yet. He hasn't read anything. Everything is just based off of conversations that we've had with each other. This is Joel really fleshing out the world of Warline. This is a book we're 100% making for you guys. And normally we don't do this stuff. For the last 10 years, I never showed off anything when it came to YusumShin. You guys still don't know, and are not going to know what's going on in YusumShin because that's the way Joel and I like to do it. That's the way Dak likes to do it. But that could change depending on how things go, with the show and how many people are buying these from SHIN. If you give us the incentive, we'll give you a sneak peek behind the curtains. But for now, just sit back and watch as Warline takes shape. And Joel, I can't wait to see what you've done with the second pulls of Warline. Chris is saying it looks like modern Anubis. So into that. That's awesome.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
Yes.
This character, you guys are gonna love what we do with Warline. All right, Timmy, back to you, brother. I'm so sorry we cut you off.
No problem. Trish, I think I have something you might like. This was a Avengers Halloween special issue, just a one-off last year, and I got it. It's a variant edition, which I love, but it's basically the Avengers meets what's his name, Frankenstein, and just the cover work on there is just phenomenal. But it's basically blending
amazing cover,
all of the Avengers together into one character. And again, just a one-shot. Just a really cool Halloween special read. That's a $10 comic just because it is a special one out there, hard to get. Let me know if you are interested. And then, of course, this week, along with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with The Last Ronin, I did pick up the newest Spawn. It's just whether or not you're a Chadwick Boseman fan, I love the artwork on here. It was a tribute to him. In the Wakanda pose. It was just a fantastic cover. I had to get it to see if anybody else wanted them. I know they're hard to come by, but just a great tribute to him.
How much are you doing that for, Timmy?
That's $5 on there. Again, not touched, not read. I want you guys just to have the book because it's hard to get out there. So if you want it, $5.
Excellent. And Trish is letting us know that what you got is cool, but she's got it already. And with that, I'm taking it back, Timmy, because
right ahead.
You have outsold me today. Gosh darn it. Good for you, man. Excellent. And Trish, I want to thank you as well because I think it's great how you're coming on here and you're calling the stuff that you actually are looking for. And you asked me the other day to provide you with a list of trades that we have. We're in the process of acquiring so many different collections and so much more inventory. Really, when I'm not on here, presenting to you guys, I'm in the process of trying to do a wide variety of things aside from keeping my comic book production company going and making sure that everybody's getting invoiced. We also are in the process of acquiring inventory and finding innovative ways to bring it to you guys in a new way. So the next couple days are going to be kind of interesting because we're going to be accessing a lot of stuff. But I will do my very best to get you what you guys are asking for in a timely fashion. But I just ask that you be extremely patient with me. And I have to underline the extreme portion just because we have to constantly redress the racks. This is a lot of work. It doesn't look like a lot of work, but between digging here and making sure that my collections don't get mixed up with each other because I don't want to mix up Tom Redding's collection with Dan Emerson's, then we have a problem. And I'm still so new to this and I'm just doing it by myself. So I have to be very careful with this. We're also in the process of buying collections. So if we come across a collection that has all the same books that Dan Emerson has, then we have to make sure that his books don't get mixed up with those. So bear with me. But I can absolutely do what you want, and I just need time to do it. Now, let's get back to it. What do we got up here? How about Secret Wars? Number 1 through 12. Signed by Mr. Jim Shooter, Mike Seck, and John Beatty. The entire creative team. I got pictures of Jim Shooter, Mike Seck, and John Beatty signing all of these books here, and I will provide them on purchase. You can take this to CBCS and have them grade these for you. And if they need any other additional information, they can reach out to me and I will walk you through the process. I'm not just going to hand these off. If you guys are interested in getting these graded, I'm going to make sure that you guys get exactly I'll be with you every step of the way. You're investing a lot in these books, and I'm not just trying to take your money and run. I want to make sure that you guys get these books in the condition that I present them in, but that you guys get the deals you want for your grading, and that you just know that you got somebody to help broker all this stuff for you at no additional cost to the books themselves, because these books are very precious and they're not cheap. So we got Mr. Kevin Johnson here, messing up the names here. What do I got this set going for? $500.
You got
all signed, the whole set. I can negotiate on price. This is the fun thing about this show, is that even though I'm showing you guys these and telling you what my price is at, doesn't mean I won't negotiate. If you got another price and I call it, I can do it for you guys. This is my show. I can do what I want to. I can cry if I want to.
Onrie, you got 7 in there? Number 7?
Yes, I do.
So can you show 7 and 8?
Yes. Number 7.
Yep.
And number 8.
Okay, guys.
No, hold on. That was not 8. That was 9. I do have 8 though. 8 is right here.
Okay, guys, just so you know, again, from a collector's value, first off, they're already signed, so that's a huge deal right there. You're not going to get that in most comics, but then, of course, 7 and 8 are going to be considered key. 7's got the first appearance of the new Spider-Woman, so most people don't know that. Unless you get a CGC, that's where it comes out of, and that's her in the top left corner, obviously, but that is the new Spider-Woman, so that's a hot key. And then, of course, 8 is the origin of the alien symbiote, or the Venom symbiote. So that's huge. That's tied with number, I believe it is, no, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the other two. So no, that's correct.
That is excellent. Thank you for all that information, Timmy. That is perfect. Yes, guys, those are some cool books, and I'll tell you why I think these books matter and why I invested heavy in this. Here's my honest, true opinion. I don't care for Infinity War. I never cared for the Infinity Gauntlet or anything. I thought it was just like a later crossover thing. And there will be plenty of people who will tell you the same thing about Secret Wars. But here's the thing that I think is great about Secret Wars is the concept behind it would make for another Ultimate event. But this is the one that really got crossovers like really kicking. I mean, you see this concept art everywhere. This is signature stuff here. And it's older than Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War. And to me, Thanos has always been overpowered, and he's not as interesting as some of the other villains and the things that they do in this arc. I really love this cover, and I remember when this
great cover.
That is a great cover. And there's a lot of history to this book too. Like Mike Zeck, his contributions to this book are insane. He drew 12 books.
Yep.
And after he was done drawing all these, he just cracked open a bottle of champagne and chugged the whole thing. That's how stressed out he was from making the deadlines, because this book required so much effort and so much of everything. Mike, you're saying that you met Jim Shooter before. Jim Shooter's a great guy. I met him at Grand Rapids Comic-Con last year. He had lost his voice. But I came up to him and I told him, I'm working with David Anthony Kraft and Jim Salicrup, and he had nothing but great things to say about both creators. They had worked together at Marvel, and Jim is just a very humble guy, and he's contributed so much to comics. He wrote Secret Wars. He was the editor-in-chief of Marvel. He obviously believed in it enough, and I believe in it too. I'm telling you, when there's a Secret Wars movies made at some point, this whole set is going to go for very, very big bucks. So, and I'm also factoring in here, guys, getting these books signed, that wasn't done at one con. That was done at various cons. So these books have traveled with me from all over the entire country. I think I got some of these signed in Denver, some of them signed in Baltimore, some of them signed here, there, because we're in the business of acquiring, right? So when we're at conventions, we're acquiring stuff. It's one of the things we've been doing over the years. That's what's helped us really build up our collection. So that's where we're at with Secret Wars. And we get out there too, guys. As soon as conventions come back, we engage with these creators. We know them personally. So it's, you know, the relationships we have with these creators is also playing an effect on everything. And I have faith in them. I think the legends of comics they're the guys who taught us how to do it. And they're the one, you know, David Anthony Kraft, he's taught me everything I know. And if you want to talk about someone who's sharp, that guy is sharp. I cannot come to David Anthony Kraft. Joel can't come to David Anthony Kraft with half-assed work. He will beat us on it all day long because he's been there. He's seen it. And he's seen tons of stuff float into the, you know, vacuum of, you know, infinite content of comics. So when we put out comics, you know you're getting our best stuff because Dak is the one whipping us. Dak is the reason why I'm still stuck with this script because I have to meet his expectations. I hired my own boss. All right, well, there we go. All right, well, check it out. What else I got here is X-Men #1. This is the relaunch. Now, this is a pretty easy book to acquire. It's a very easy book to acquire. And the thing about it is that it is the first, like, presentation, I would say, of the 90s X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes this a significant book.
Yeah.
And these characters were these character models and costumes were what the animated series was kind of based around. And you know, there's no first appearances in this, but I really do think that now that the MCU has the X-Men franchise, I think what they're going to do is they're going to look at this book. They're going to look at this book very carefully. And they're going to say to themselves, how do we get the X-Men in their prime? The reason why they're going to look at this is because of that 90s cartoon show, which was fantastic. And I liked some aspects of the Fox movies. Like, I really liked Logan. I thought that was a great standalone movie. But I don't feel like they ever got the feel of the X-Men down to the point where it was as effective as it was in the comics or even the TV show. They need their costumes. They're superheroes. That's the whole idea of X-Men. And they're missing all that. Them being in leather-bound suits was kind of lame. I want to see them in their costumes. I think we all want to see them in their costumes. And this is the book that's going to model that. And I have faith in this book. I don't think it's going to be worth thousands of dollars. I think that's asking for too much. But I could see this going for about 50 or 60 bucks at some point. So right now I'm doing it for about 20. Just call it as you see it.
Onrie, you got a comment on there from On first about the Secret Wars and asked if you could pull them to a side.
Oh, 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 Andrew, I love you. Love you. Yes, she is buying Secret Wars. Look at that, guys. I'm exercising. I am feeling good. That energy is going. That's the first big set sold from our expensive books here on Voot. Thank you so much. Kevin Johnson, just so you know, I have another set of these Secret Wars books, and we can talk about that. I got you. On Voot. Thank you so much, my dear. That is beautiful.
It is beautiful. That's great because those are good reads.
And Kevin, I got you too. I got another set of those, so we can talk in the back later on, man. You know, I take care of you. You've been a huge supporter of me, and you know, I'm a supporter of you too, guys. Kevin Johnson, just so you know, he is putting out his own creator-owned book too. He's just like me. He's a dealer and a creator, and he's got a really cool concept for his character. He shared it with me. I hope that in 2021, I think that's his plan. He's going to have his new book out. Guys, I'm going to be helping him push this thing. I really believe in this guy. He's really passionate about what he's doing, and his contributions to comics are immense. When COVID first hit and cons were taken out, only a few dealers really reached out and really gave me a shot. Jen King at Space Cadets and Mr. Kevin Johnson at Top End Gaming. If it wasn't for these two, I would have been. I was literally in a dark corner, and they encouraged me to kind of poke my head out of it. So thank you, Mr. Kevin Johnson. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I got you too. Joseph, I'm not sure. I don't have a Secret Wars, my friend. I think I only got 2 sets of those. So, and they have both been spoken for right now. But let's go back on that X-Men. Thank you, Timmy, by the way, for interrupting.
problem.
So we got this X-Men going for $20. It's in good shape. Wolverine in his classic brown and orange suit. And I'm going to do one more, and then, Timmy, I'm kicking it back to you.
Sounds good.
All right, what else I got up here? I don't even know what the price is at, guys. But this is the first Miles Morales. And he has not appeared in, in any main live-action Marvel movie yet. But you know it's coming. You know it's coming. I know it's coming. You know it's coming. He's got his own video game. It's only a matter of time before they put him in the Marvel movies. You know, it's we all know this. This book is hot stuff right now, guys. I'm telling you, it is hot stuff. And I don't know what the price of that.
It's extremely hot, and I'd even want to be looking at that grade on there because I mean you're talking a killer book right there. That's not just the first appearance; that's also the first printing. So I can tell you right now, the second printing alone is hitting $200 and $300. So we definitely want to look at that book for sure.
Okay, all right, hold on. Kevin is messaging me right now, and he's telling me not to sell Ultimate Fallout. I got to put this back.
Yeah,
he's my partner in this. I can't do it without him. But I'm going to tell you guys one thing about it, all right?
Yeah.
The reason why Kevin is saying that, I will tell you right now. This we can't price this out right now. I'm very sorry. I should have talked to Kevin before I did this. But let me just tell you something about Ultimate Fallout. When Ultimate Fallout, when I first acquired that book, it was in 2017. And what happened was that book was only worth $50 at the time. But everybody was talking about the Spider-Verse movie. And I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is going to be outstanding. This is going to be a great movie. Yeah. I bought that book. Kevin and I auctioned it off for $150. At the time, I thought the worst that'll happen is we make our money back. We make it at $50. That book sold for 3 times what we bought it for. We only got 2 copies of it. That's the last one right there.
Yeah.
And we can't do it right now. I have to talk to Kevin. We might have to do this auction style, but I'm just letting you guys know it's up there.
Correct.
It is absolutely up there.
Yeah.
Kevin Johnson saying that's a $500 book all day. Mad money on that. You bet your butt. You bet your butt. You're right, Mr. Kevin Johnson. All right. Well, sorry. Kevin calls it. Mr. Awesome's not being so awesome. All right, that was my last one. I'm kicking it over to you, Timmy.
All right. Trish, I heard you talk about some trades. I don't have many today, but I do have one of them that was a favorite of mine. So if you're looking for good read in general, I just want to advertise it to you. It's a image trade. It's a 3-part series. It's Velvet. And just the storyline and the artwork is just insane. I'm talking like 70s, 80s. If you played Mafia at all, or even heard of Mafia 3 on PS4, they almost look just identical to the time and everything with like that New Orleans vibe. But this is more of like across the sea. But it's a great read about basically like the CIA if it was over in Britain, and it's one of the best Secret Service people die for them. And Velvet, ends up becoming Velvet becomes the #1 person of interest. And so they're kind of tracking her down and trying to get to her. And there's a lot of death and murders in those. But you also find out something about her, and I'm not even gonna say it because it takes this book in an entirely different direction. I do want to just open it up and just show you a little bit of the artwork that you have with this story. It's also extremely thick. It's got just a lot of breed to it, but just some of that artwork and how real it looks is phenomenal. I don't know if anybody else is interested in a good trade. I like those more vibes of the 007 or the Secret Service. I did a lot of work in college between criminal justice, law, and society stuff. So this stuff just always attracts me. But just great artwork, great story. It's a $40 3-set piece. I'll sell it today at $25 if anybody's interested in that.
25. Call it as you see it.
And then I do have one more. It's a trade that I got from my local comic shop at a local signing. It's called the Red 10. This is really cool. It's very, very reminiscent now that I've seen it of The Boys on Netflix. It's all about them being superheroes and one of them dies, and then you kind of also find out a lot of dirty stuff about the other heroes as they're trying to figure out who killed this one hero. Just really, again, really cool artwork inside of it. And what's also cool is the artist, again, was at that signing when I got the book. So you do have a little sketch by him and his signature. That is Caesar.
How much are you doing that for, Timmy?
That's a $30 book on its own without the signature. And again, it's been barely touched. So I'd probably want to start at 30, but if somebody wants to give me an offer, go ahead and feel free to do so.
Can I buy it from you at 20?
Can you?
Yes.
Maybe. Unless Chris is available.
Decide for me, I want it at 20.
Yes.
I really wanted that.
Of course you can have it.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys. Onrie's coming in. Onrie can buy stuff on his own show. Yes, I'm buying the Red 10. This is done by Mr. Tyler James, and he heads off this excellent platform called Comics Launch. I am interested in reading Red 10. I like the concept a lot, and I want to give this book a shot, so I called it. Sorry, guys. This is Timmy's collection. I'm buying from him. All right, Timmy, take it away.
Just going back to Joe's comment, I'm not sure what you mean by red velvet. It's not red velvet. It's just called Velvet. And the storyline itself, it's a 3-part series. So it's Before the Living End, The Secret Lives of the Dead Men, and then The Man Who Stole the World. So it's just a 3-part. They are separate stories, but they all tie in together. It's 1, 2, and 3. So again, that is for $25. This one I just have a Lady Death up here. That's a really nice foil cover, and I just love the art on this cover for you guys. I've put it up because again I wanted to be a little bit on the Halloween side of the house today, with it being so close. Just a really nice cover. They called it the foil cover, but really it's just up here in the name and a little bit on her outfit. It's not a full foil if you're thinking like the sheen of the whole cover. It's not that much. But I'll do this one for $8 if anybody wants Lady Death on that one. And then I've got something that you guys might like. It's starting to get a little bit hot, especially with the announcement of Silk getting her own. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or if it's going to be a TV show, but there is confirmation that they are.
I believe it's a movie, Timmy.
Okay.
Sony's making a movie.
Okay, so from that, the New Agents of Atlas. It's a great little mini read on there, but it has her in there with everybody else.
Joseph just called your Lady Death.
Okay. For that.
What are we doing that at?
$8.
Okay, Joseph, we're gonna have to. I'll reach out to you a little later on that.
Okay. So going back to the New Agents of Atlas, if you guys don't know, this is a key issue. It is jumping up as we speak. It's really cool because it's all like the superheroes if they had their own kids. So you got kind of like Rogue down here, over here, her kid, and you have Hulk, and then of course a couple other characters. But the main one that came out of here for making this a key was obviously them, but they're not too big. But Arrow came out of that. So along with that, I do have the very first issue of Arrow. Great condition. So you get the first appearance with the first standalone. And even more to spice up this deal for you guys, I've got the trade on the New Agents of Atlas. And that's going to be books 1 through 4. So all together, I will put that probably, I'm going to have to say right around 45 starting. So if you guys want it, 45, you can give me an offer, but this book is climbing, all of them, and you also get that trade. So I think that's a pretty fair offer to start off with.
Call it as you see it.
Call it as you see it.
All right, do one more and then kick it back to me. Is that cool?
That's perfectly fine.
All right,
I do not. Again, some of these ones on back here are not ones that I've read, so I don't have full-on knowledge about this read. But this is Deadpool's newest series that came out right after Deadpool Assassins. I did read Assassins. That was a much darker style. This is going to be your more fun read. Lots of jokes, lots of color inside these books. I do have, I believe, all of them. I might be missing one, so that's 8, 7, 6. 5 might be missing. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1 of Deadpool's most recent run. Obviously, it did go a lot farther than the 8, but I'm just putting $2 on each of these. So 2, 4, 6, $12 for the Deadpool run if anybody's interested. And Onrie, if you're ready, I'll kick it back to you, sir.
Yeah, excellent. All right. I am back. Back in business. Let's see, what do we got here? This is coming from Dan Emerson's lap, folks. This has been handled in a movie already, okay? But I still think it has novelty value to it. I got The Death of Superman sealed in black and white, those editions.
Nice.
And then I got the introduction of the new Superman. So this is the first appearance of the dude with the sunglasses. I forgot his name. I just remember these. I had all these. Hey, sorry, they fell out of my hand, but they're fine. Nothing happened to them. They're still in really good shape, guys. The Cyborg Superman yet to appear in a movie. My feeling is this. I think with DC characters, their characters are like so long running and much older. They're popular ones that I don't think that there's as much value in their timeline in the heroes as much as there is in the villains. And I also think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of the DC flagship characters seem to be like handled much differently on screen now. Like you got Batman, but Superman has been kind of like mishandled over the years. Like, you know, I don't care where you guys fall on your opinions. It's not about your opinions. It's about what we're seeing is consistent and what's coming out there. And personally, I really loved Henry Cavill as Superman. I'm glad he's coming back. He just needs to be paired with the right director, and a good movie just needs to be made, and I think he'll be a great Superman. And the reason why I say that is because that's what the market is telling us, right? So we all knew that Batman Superman wasn't the biggest bang, right? You can have your opinion, you can like it, or you can hate it. That's fine too. But I think the villains are really where we see the most intrigue. And Cyborg Superman was definitely a villain. We got this Superboy right here. And then we have Steel. Steel actually got his own movie, and Shaq was cast. I don't know if you guys remember this. But these are all first appearances of these characters who claimed to be the second coming of Superman and ended up not being it at all. But they still established themselves as characters in that world. And this was a really hot thing when I was in 4th grade. Pete Hurst at North Shore Comics actually sold me these books. And I remember cracking open Superman 75. This is the issue where he dies. So I looked these up online before we actually did the show to get a sense of what they're going for. And eBay is currently doing these two books together for $20. So for all of these books right here, we will do it at $40 total, since you're getting all these first appearances and stuff. And I think that's a pretty fair offer, because the way I see it is this. If Cyborg Superman shows up in the next Superman movie or in some Superman movie, he could be really cool. And, you know, Superman needs adversaries. Like, honestly, that was the most disappointing thing for me in Man of Steel. Superman's got this, like, wellspring of very interesting villains, aside from Lex Luthor and aside from Zod. There's Brainiac. You know, there is that. Who's that other guy, Timmy? The guy who's got the kryptonite heart?
Not sure. Perfectly honest, not sure.
He's the cyborg guy. Everybody knows who he is. There's Mixoplixik or whatever. You know, there's all kinds of villains in the Superman world that have not shown up. You know, they did Doomsday, but I mean, that was not the Doomsday that's in the comics. And honestly, this was some good stuff. It was good comic book reading. When they decided to kill off Superman, it was a pretty iconic moment. So we're doing all this at $40, and I think that's a fair price to go at. It's Halloween! 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 And what do we got here? Hey, me dropping more comics is what we got here. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Is the new look distressed? Yes, the Eradicator. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I'm not keeping up with the comments here. I also have Vampire Lestat. This is from Anne Rice's, books or whatever, but looked like an interesting comic. Had vampire on it. And I decided to just bust this out. I'm going to open up one of the books so you guys can get a look inside. This seems to be a full run of books here. And let's just take a look. This is put out by Innovation, which is a publisher that probably existed at some point. Let's see who worked on this. I have no idea who worked on this, but the artwork in here is sensational.
Wow.
Okay.
It almost looks like it's watercolored, is it?
It could be. It very well could be.
Really nice shading.
Hey, Joel, if you can hear me, bust out the war line that you did the ink wash for, too, so we can see that. And I'll tell you guys this. If anybody claims that, you get a shot at that war line that is going to be ink washed from the original sketch. And it looks completely different now. Way more defined, way more everything. And Joel is probably going to dig that up if he's listening. He might be listening to some really great Argentinian music right now. And like, doing the thing, just chilling, maybe getting a little shut eye because he deserves it. No, he's busting it out. I can tell already. There he is. That's my man, Joel. All right, so check it out. You guys get all 12 books. Normally, these are going on eBay for about $75, is what Tim told me.
Yep.
We're going to do them at $60 right now for you guys. $60 for the whole set here of books from Vampire the Lestat from Anne Rice. This is a beautifully illustrated book. I really didn't look into who created and who worked on this, but look at that cover.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. So 60 on that. And then I jumped away from Superman because I got into the Halloween spirit. And I got away from Superman, but I got a really cheap, here's my cheap Superman deal of the day here, guys. I got Superman Birthright, number 1 through 12. I really, really love this arc here. This is some phenomenal stuff. I really, really love this book. I got the whole set of books right now, going for just $25. Matter of fact, if you call it, I'll do it at 20. 20 bucks for all of these books.
Wow.
20 bucks. You can get all 12 comics. And it's done by Mr. Mark Wade and Lionel Francis Yu. Just call it as you see it. I know you guys are watching because you like watching me dance. But you ain't gonna get that. I ain't gonna show you guys my badunkadunk. Even though I got my back turned to you most of the time. I'm just looking up here and marveling at my marvelous DC's rack. All right. Let's see what else I got. Did I tell them about Hard Boiled yet, Timmy?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, time for you guys to get a little hard boiled here. All right, check it out. This is Hard Boiled here. It is done by Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow. Yes, Birthright is sweet. I agree, Joseph. So I got Hard Boiled number 1, 2, and 3. These are the single issues. This has been collected into a trade. This is a very wild story, kind of like what we might see in Warline. It's really messed up. That's like a dude's head blown up. I know that we normally wouldn't get away with showing that on CBSN, but we could do that on my network,
because you're allowed to be naughty on here, but I still want you to keep it clean because I'm keeping it clean. If I have to be politically correct, you have to be politically correct. All right. Now, right here, these 3 issues are going for 60 Daylors.
Wow.
60 Daylors on this. Just call it as you see it. Hard boiled eggs. All right, this is going back. Timmy, you seem to want to take it from here, and you're having much better luck than me. I'm striking out right now. I'm throwing it back to you, my friend.
All right, sounds good, Onrie.
Go
So
for it.
guys, we're gonna go back to just a couple of the cheaper items for you guys. More so for read, more so for cover art, more so just because I love the Flash. I love DC's ability to make really cool covers all the time. Onrie Joe has called Hard Boil for you.
I got it.
And so going back to Flash, I've got a few issues all over the place, guys. But this one, I believe I pulled for you as a straight, as much of a straight run as possible. I have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60, and 61. So you guys get a full 10 issues over here of the most recent Flash. Great cover work on all these. I love them. If we have any Flash fans, I would say this probably needs to be at 30 for this set, so I'm bringing it down for you guys with the Thanos snap. I'll do 18 on the Flash if you guys want it for this run. So if you have any Flash fans, let me know. Just some great covers here. Old school, new school. I also have a Flash 700. I know the milestone issues for a lot of people. Everyone likes that. Kevin and I are both on the same page of we like old Flash with almost like the metal helmet that he has. That is on the cover. I made sure I got that version because that's my favorite Flash. I do have that available if somebody's looking for it. Let me know and we'll talk price for that. And just to keep it real with you guys, I know Onrie had to pull the other Spider-Man. This is nowhere near the same value. It's still a sought-after comic, but this is Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. This issue alone goes for roughly $50 on eBay. The CGC, if you get it CGC, they're up there between $100 and $125. But that's Miles Morales #1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have the first 4 of those. This one I like the best because if you guys are a Miles Morales fan and a fan of the new Spider-Verse movie, that looks so iconic. That's straight true to the actual video. I love that comic, that movie. I mean, it's a comic, but it's a movie, and it just the CGC in there, and not CGC, the CGI and the level of detail. It goes back and forth with so many different kinds of iconic art styles. It goes with that red and blue style that makes it seem 3D, but it's not. So it's actually replicating the first original styles of comics when they were printing on the reds and the blues. To give it that old and nostalgic effect. And then they even branch it out to the newer style where it almost seems like you're watching a real video, not even a comic. But I've got major hopes for him. We are not done with Miles. He is only blowing up. He's going to be staying in our universe forever. I mean, I don't know how they're going to branch him around the regular Peter Parker, and I can't see them getting rid of Peter Parker, but he's here to stay. His books are going to be skyrocketing. I'll do the first 4 issues for you guys for $40.
$40 on these folks.
$40.
All as you see it.
And the only other ones that I have currently on the rack, and like Onrie says, you guys, please let us know what books you're looking for. We've got plenty of boxes all around us. We're just trying to pull what we think might be interesting to you guys based on the day, what's going on with the comic world. Things like that. So we have plenty. Just let us know. Help us help you. We'll be happy to do so. These guys, I'm just putting up here for fun because, I mean, I love Chadwick Boseman and I love his Black Panther stuff. I have a few. This isn't all going to be Black Panther, but I will do any of these books that you see here for $2. So just let me know. I've got Black Panther #1. Iconic cover right there. Looks good. X-Men second Genesis. These are going for crazy. I don't have the other sets, and I don't mean like crazy, but I mean like $10, $15 is what people are putting these guys out for. It's very cool because it's very old school, and I'll show you. It's a brand new comic, obviously, but the way they did the paper, everything has got that yellow tone to it. It looks very old school with their styles. And you look at Cyclops right there, or Scott, and he looks old school Scott, almost like the 90s version. And Onrie's right. If you guys have not watched the 90s X-Men, that's king. That's king. That was my favorite show growing up. Even that theme song, man, you knew what time it was, getting home from school and popping that on. Your day just got 10 times better. There's some good Phoenix in there. So let me know. I'm only gonna charge $2 for them for you guys because I want you to have the reads. Another really cool Black Panther cover. This is 172, but this is the Venomized version. They put Spider-Man on there. Just a great looking cover where they actually made Black Panther a Panther. $2. Wakanda Forever with the Avengers. Great looking cover. Savage Avengers branched off to a huge run. I did not get on the run, but I got #1 just because, again, those team ups. Venom, Punisher, Elektra, Conan. That's a great run right there. Wolverine. Because I don't have the full run, I'll put that guy at $2 as well. And then my last one is just Old Man Logan, another good looking cover with the Punisher. It's the annual, so that is going to be its one-shot kind of recap. Great looking Wolverine coming at you on that one. $2, guys. All those books, $2. Just let me know. Onrie, if you want to kick it back.
You want me to take it over from here?
Yep.
All right, I got it. Big, 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 big bang. All right. So, what do we got here? Gambit. All right, this guy has not appeared in a movie yet. They were going to cast, what was his name? Channing Tatum to play him in a movie, and then the whole Fox Studios thing fell apart. Now, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Not
Yes.
because I don't think Channing Tatum would make a great Gambit. I don't know what kind of Gambit he would make because we all laughed at Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man. And who's laughing now? So
Yep.
Anybody in the right, with the right frame of mind who's cast perfectly can pull off the role. I ain't gonna judge until I see it, and even then, if people like it, then who cares about my opinion? But here's what I think. I think Gambit is gonna be making some serious freaking buzz. He's gonna be the next Deadpool very soon. I just know it. And once the MCU brings the X-Men into their cinematic universe and we start seeing them in movies, which is going to happen within the next 3 to 5 years, folks. This is not a secret. They want to make X-Men movies. The whole point of Fox acquiring, Disney acquiring Fox, buying out Fox, was so that they could take these movies and do them the way they envisioned. Because if they could be successful on their own through Fox, imagine what they can do under the banner of Mighty Marvel, right? So everything that's being done in the comics right now, or that was done in the comics back in the day so well by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and all the other contributors, the legendary contributors of Marvel Comics, is not being done on screen by some of the top storytelling people in the film and TV business. And what Marvel's really building with Disney Plus and having those shows come on there, it's all building this greater, grander universe, right? And we're going to see a lot of cool stuff happening. X-Men is destined to be on the big screen, and it'll probably get a TV show. And I could totally see Gambit getting his own TV show as well at some point. Gambit for sure. I mean, this guy, he's one of the coolest characters. And he's one of Kevin's favorite comic characters too.
Definitely one of my favorites too.
Yep. And Kevin normally, he was going to let this go last week, and I yelled at him just like he yelled at me about Ultimate Fallout. You're not the only one who gets to yell at people, Kevin. I'm yelling at you right now because you were going to give this away for $30. You were just going to be like, here, take it. Take it. Take these comics off my hand. I'll just give them to you for free. Fall free. Okay? We don't do things fall free here. We do them fall, the best deals we can come up with. But these books right here, I have a feeling are going to be worth something. We're doing $40 on Gambit. And I'm not going below that.
That's a great deal. I'm telling you guys, great deal. I've been eyeing them myself, and everybody wants 60 or more for those, and that's like you said.
60 or more. Sorry, Tim, you're right. That the price just jumped up to 60. Guys. What's Onrie doing today? Well, this isn't the cheap comic day, guys. This is the day that we're trying to sell the big books here. But no, we'll do it at 40. If you guys are serious, if we have a serious buyer on this, we will do it at 40. After that, this jumps up to 60. All right. What else we got here? This is actually another one of Kevin's books that ended up with me because I take such good care of comics. I'm better at it than Kevin is. Just kidding, I'm not. I got Gambit's first appearance right here. This is in very good condition. There's not a single dent in this book. I'm not going to open it up, but it comes with this sketch card. X-Men number 266. That is Gambit's first appearance. We're doing that for $266. All as you see it, folks. For today, only $266 because it is X-Men number 266. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I think that Detective Comics 1000 should be worth $1,000. That's just my opinion. Onrie's going crazy today. Look at that. All right, X-Men 266. I love twirling the comics on here, Timmy. It's so much fun. And the time has blown by. We got 10 minutes left. So I'm going to have to tell you folks about SHIN, and then Joel is going to show us where he's at with Warline, and then we're calling it a day. Awesome. So we got a lot of unique viewers on here today, and I have a feeling you guys may not have heard of SHIN, so I'm going to tell you about it right now. SHIN is a comic book that I created. That's right. Not only do I deal comics, I'm a creator as well. SHIN is about a Korean admiral that battled the Japanese in the 1500s. He was outnumbered 10-1, and he beat them 23 times in a row and never lost a single battle. This is all based on a true story. And man, do I got a deal for you guys. I'm not going to dollar off the cover price of all 4 of these comics here. I got issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 going for only $10. That's 4 comics for $10. And you get a free bookmark with your purchase. I sign your books for you live on the show right now. It's a beautiful thing. And you also get a personalized letter from me to you because that's the kind of Onrie I am. Now, another thing I got here too is the next set of single issues, because SHIN is actually a 12-issue series. So this is issues 5 through 8 right here. And this is the second full arc of the series right here. And this is going for an extra $10. But wait, there's more. We also got issue 9 right here. This is the start of the final arc of SHIN. You can get all 9 comics for $23. And just so you guys know, if you think I'm trying to sell you on the covers but not the concept, let me just show you guys some of the artwork. I'm all about consistency. If you see one kind of art style on the front of my book, you bet your butt you're going to see it on the inside of the book too. Here's some of the artwork in SHIN in later issues. We keep it real with this book. There ain't no messing around. You get 9 comics, $23. I sign them all for you right here, right now, only on Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What else I got? I got the trade right here. The trade collects the first 4 books in hardcover. It's got a forward by Stan Lee in it. That's right, guys. I got to hang out with Stan Lee multiple times.
Onrie, did you see Kevin's comment to you?
What did he say?
He said, Onrie, give away 4-book set of SHIN on you, brother.
Okay, all right.
Make it 3.
You know who I'm going to do it for? I'm going to do it for Mr. Joseph Hardy. You're getting these along your with your Last Ronin books.
He updated it, though. He said make it 3 sets.
Make it 3 sets. So, Mr. Joseph, thank you, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So, we're doing 3 sets. Onvu, you're missing a couple of Eastern Shin books. I'm going to throw those in there for you.
Awesome.
And that's on the house. And let's see, who else can we do? Trish, you guys don't have any Eastern Shin books. So I'm going to throw you some Eastern Shin books. Because that's what I can do. It's my show. I can do it. And Kevin Johnson just bought these books. Hey, look at that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you very
Thank
much,
you,
Kevin. That's what we're talking about. You guys are awesome. You guys are helping us.
awesome.
We're helping you. That's what it's all about. It's awesome.
It's all about that. It's all about that. See, Joe, you thought that when I was selling books all these years that it was like, you know, I was doing it in a very serious manner and that I never joked around. But books don't move on their own. You got to do the little song and dance routine, you know? So what else we got? We got the trade. Normally this is going for 25. This is now going for 20. It's got over 50 pages of bonus content, including a director's cut, interviews with the creative team, and character profiles in the back. Trish, just because it's you, I'm upgrading you. I'm upgrading you to a trade. I'm just doing this for you because I love you. You're the best. Thank you so much. You've supported me from the beginning, and thanks to Kevin Johnson, I'm gonna send you. I'm just gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna charge him the price for the single issues, but I'm gonna give you the hardcover because that's the kind of Onrie I am. And Joseph is saying thanks to Kevin, Mr. Johnson. Thank you so much. We really appreciate what you have done today. This is how we do it now. We've got to work together to come up with ways to trick you guys into buying my book. Now we just got to
Don't forget, Onrie loves to personalize everything. Don't forget, he's gonna sign them, but let us know. Let us know if it's going.
I got to do that on the air. So I'm
yeah,
3 sets here. Well, I guess I got to do it now, and we're coming to the end of the book here. But I want to tell you guys real quick. I also got MARX here. MARX is the story of my grandfather's life during World War II. He was a Russian Jewish soldier that battled the Nazis, and this is a very personalized story. It is a standalone story. There are no sequels or prequels to MARX. $15 on this bad boy. I also got Tales from the Crypt. I worked on it as well. I got the hardcover at 25. I got the soft cover at 15, and I got a single issue for $10. I'm running really low on these. These came from the publisher. I was able to get a couple copies at wholesale, and I got them here. What comes with your order as well is Warline sketches. So Onvu, you got yours. Joseph, you're gonna get one as well. Trish, you got one on the way. Kevin's taking a MARX. I got you on MARX. Well, guys, this is the end. This has been a really great show today. Thank you so much. My wife and my kids are gonna be so thrilled. I might just get them a value meal at McDonald's tonight. Just keep it really cheap, you know. And save the rest of the money for myself. Maybe I'll buy more comics that you guys are looking for, and I'm going to keep investing in. I'm going to keep building this thing, and I'm going to fill my entire warehouse with comics. It's just going to be so many comics, and then maybe one day I'll open it up, and maybe one day you guys will get to come in there. That's what Kevin and I were talking about yesterday.
Onrie, just make sure for anybody that might have jumped in late, go ahead and show Last Ronin one more time and an update on that auction.
Yes, that's right. The update on Last Ronin. Thank you, Timmy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We're currently at $30 on Last Ronin. Mr. Joseph Hardy picked up the other copy, and it's going to him. He got it for $36. Right now, all you got to do is call it as you see it.
Excellent looking book. Excellent.
And Dan Emerson, great ending to the show. Mr. Emerson, I just want to let you know, we're going to do our very best. We're going to cycle a lot of this stuff, and I guarantee you we're going to find somebody. In fact, guys, I'm going to be working off of Dan Emerson's collection exclusively every Friday, and we're going to keep cycling through his stuff. And I'm telling you guys, he's got a lot of great stuff in there. He's got a lot of early Spider-Mans, lots of Batmans. We all know how well and how popular this stuff is. So without further ado, I'm going to end this show by signing stuff for you on the air because that's what I do. And Joel, in the meantime, I'm bringing you back. Joel, how you doing?
Perfect.
You're doing perfect?
Yes, absolutely. I just finished the sketch. So when you want, before ending the show, we can show the people the sketch of War Lion.
I would love that very much. Hang on. I would love that very much. I think that's a fantastic idea. Hang on, I'm just going to get a couple sets here and sign them for everybody on the show, because that's what we do on Kicking It with Onrie. That's why you're watching the show. If you're buying SHIN, I'm signing for you right now, right now.
And Kevin, just so following up on you, I was looking for the error, and I'm not seeing the error that you're talking about for Last Ronin. Can you explain exactly what it is, and Onrie can double check that for you? You just want to put that in the comments. We'll take a look at that.
You guys have.
But as of right now, I'm selling them as just the normal.
Like you have no. All right. So Trish and Mike, this is going to you. I'm going to sign your book for you right now. And thank you again, Mr. Kevin Johnson. I'm going to send you a little something extra too. And I actually did, by the way. You got 2 copies of the hardcover coming to you. I signed them directly to you. So Trish and Mike, just so you guys know, this is what I've done here.
We can hear you. But
Can you guys
go
all
ahead
hear
and
me,
look
by
at
the way?
Kevin's comment. That's regarding that about.
Sorry.
We'd have to dig into that about
What's
Last
that?
Ronin. It looks like the error, it comes down to just some color error issues that would be where the cover page, on the cover page, and it looks like it's an orangish wash instead of like a reddish maybe. So we'd have to dig into that.
No, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
No, ours are good. I cracked them
So it'd
open.
be just the straight
I looked through
issue,
them.
Kevin, not the error.
Great issue on that. And Kurt bids at 30. Okay, Trish, I got you. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm sorry, my dear. Okay, I signed your book for you in Korean. I said onward to victory. I wrote onward to victory in Korean. Joseph, this is for you, man. I got you, brother. I told you you're important. So I like having you on the show. Always come and hang out with us. That's how we build. We need you on here, my friend. Come hang out with us. I got these books here. They are sponsored by Mr. Kevin Johnson. And we got these going out to you along with your copy of Last Ronin, which I will be shipping out presently to you today. And you got these as well because
Thank you for that, Trish.
you matter to me, man. All right, there you go. These are signed right here for you, Mr. Joseph Hardy. Okay, I just put my signature on the single issues there. And then the last person I want to throw these out to is Miss Anvu, because not only is she just stunning, but she is just going to do such great stuff with 101 Tales, and I'm so excited to be a part of this incredible event. Anvu ordered the first 3 issues of SHIN, and she's getting these on the house now. Kevin said he was going to sponsor 3 sets of single issues, but I'm going to throw in a Hunter and Destroyer just for Anvu for free because she is having me on this event, and it's a really it really means a lot to me. I don't really get invited to conventions or to other events very often, so when it happens, it really means so much to me. So Miss Anvu, these books are heading in your direction, ma'am.
Chris is just pointing out she wants to thank you very much for signing that book for that way, because it seems like a lot of it just goes directly to Mike and not to her attention. So she wanted to point that out after all the years of collecting. She's very.
Oh, yeah, of course we're doing it. You guys are like a tag team. You can't have peanut butter without the jelly. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Joel knows
Yes,
what I mean, right? Joel? But, guys, we're like a bastard Brady Bunch over here. The way that, like, the only person we're missing here is Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome, Kevin Hines himself. We will see him on Sunday. All right. Anvu saying, let's collab one day, Onrie. Can't wait to get all the comics. Anvu, I would be honored to collaborate with you, my dear. Absolutely. We can definitely talk about that in the future. Now, Mr. Kevin Johnson, you called a copy of MARX. I got you on that. and I always sign your books to you, Mr. Johnson, because it reminds me of the that Simpsons episode where Homer had to change his name. He goes, "Just remember, your name is Homer Johnson for the last time. Hello, Mr. Johnson." No, that's not why. It's because I have so much respect for you, sir. Thank you so much for what you're doing for me. And I'll just tell you right now that I will reciprocate that when the time comes. You're helping me out a lot right now, and we've had conversations. This is just the beginning of how much you've helped me out, and I really appreciate it, man. You're really good people. Thank you so much. All right, he's laughing, so he got the joke. Thank God. I thought we were gonna get tumbleweeds over there. That would have been bad. All right, Mr. Kevin Johnson, what I have done here, sir, I have signed your book for you by saying "spasiba," which in Russian means thank you, and I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I speak fluent Russian. I grew up in a Russian family. They're crazy. Drink a lot of vodka. And
absolutely.
All right, Joel, are we ready?
Ready? Good.
Are you ready to have some vodka, buddy? All right. You guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Yes,
I need to see someone tell me they're ready. And until you all say you're ready, it's not.
They're gone.
Someone's got to say something. Don't comment on you. Where are you, dude? You got to stay ready with the comments, otherwise we can't show you.
The books. Dang it, Onrie.
He'll say it after we show it. All right. Okay, are you sure you're ready?
We're ready.
Is everybody ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, isn't you ready
Yes,
for me to?
that's right.
Right? Okay, all right.
There it is. Thank you, Pete.
There we go.
Oh,
Ready? Everybody did it. Oh my
Very
God.
awesome.
Oh, this is awesome, dude.
Thank you.
That is some dope shit, dude. That is awesome. That is the goddamn war line.
That's right.
Yes. Pete, I'm sorry. This is just the first time I'm seeing this. This is incredible. Oh my God. This is fantastic. Do a print of this. Should we do this? What's going on? I'm an Army brat born in Germany. All right, excellent. So I guess that means we are going to see a German version of this print put up. I'm throwing random stuff out there. This is, Joel, this is fantastic.
Thank you.
You did a really good job.
Awesome.
I think I could get the pose right.
We'll work on this a bit more between
Absolutely.
now and but here's the thing
Next
that I
week.
love about it. Yeah, absolutely. I love how much better you've gotten about allowing the belt to flow. You know, you've really started to loosen up a bit more with your artwork, and I think it's just even what you did with the dreadlocks, really amazing. I love what you did with the tail. The pelt on the pelt cape is awesome. This is the damn war line here, guys. I can't wait.
Well, next week we will show you the updated version.
Absolutely. Joel, thank you so much for your contribution today.
Thank you both.
Yes, of course. And I just want to say, I hope you're okay with being a regular on the show for the time being. We love having you on here.
Absolutely, yes. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I keep cutting you off, man. I think there's a little bit of a delay between us, but
yes.
Just again, such phenomenal work. I'm going to be in touch with you, so just hang out backstage here. And Timmy,
right.
I want to thank you for coming on the show today too. You did a phenomenal job today. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all.
Yep.
I'll be sure to next week show a little bit more of my drawings to you guys. Didn't want to touch that this week because it's the Halloween episode and wanted to get you guys some exclusives. So I'll be demonstrating and showing some of those next week for y'all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Timmy. We can't wait to see it. Folks, what a great episode. What a great day. We will be back on Sunday. Kevin will be with me in the house. 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. What's going to be on the rack? Ooh, I don't know. I have absolutely no freaking idea right now what's going to be on the rack, but I'm going to try and have some fun for you guys. I might have some dollar bundle deals. We'll see. We'll see what's going to move. We might have some more of our expensive stuff. I don't know. I got to talk with Kevin and see what Mr. Awesome has in mind for us. So I will see you guys on Sunday with Kevin. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until we see each other next, onward to victory and happy Halloween.
Thank you guys. Happy